Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and today we're looking at Mythic Battles Ragnarok, a massive skirmish game, and Lipstickpaddy doesn't really interested in the theme here, but that's not putting him off this Kickstarter, no way, Jose! So Lipstickpaddy, please tell us all about your thoughts on this epic Kickstarter. Ooh, Mythic Battles Ragnarok. Ooh, this is Monolith back to their best again. They've dropped the terrible Kickstarter practices which forced a boycott from us, but we can finally say is lifted. And they're coming back with a game system that they've had in the past, Mythic Battles, and now it's Ragnarok. We're using Norse gods and Vikings and all that jazz. So yeah, you're going to have gods, heroes, monsters, and it's a skirmish game. Now, skirmish game, expect a humongous amount of minis when we go down this page, and Monolith minis are considered very, very good. If there's one thing I've got to say about Monolith in general, their shipping prices are so egregious to Mexico. The original Mythic Battles, the shipping was the most expensive to Mexico at something like $265 shipping for the all-in. It was like, oh my god, you could have got it in a war zone for cheaper. So all I'm saying, Monolith, is you are based in France, and contact Lucky Duck. They do their own distribution now, and they ship to Mexico. Far more reasonable than your over $100 stink pit that you keep charging. Anyway, Ragnarok is upon you. Why have they got a no entry sign on the U? Gods and mortals go to war against the mighty giants, and the undead kingdoms collapse. The end approaches, and only the valiant will remember it in the saga. I've got to admit, this Ragnarok nonsense here does not float my boat whatsoever. This Ragnarsil nonsense, I couldn't care less about this stuff. Just want to put that on the plate here. Now, we know it's a head-to-head skirmish game. There is going to be some scripted adventure, which we've not had yet. This is day one. There's been 10 updates already. Almost 2,000 comments on day one. Oh my god. Now, there is some new modes coming from this, and you can get the original game also in the pledge, so that is quite exciting. Now, I do like the idea of the combat, though. Like, for example, the enemies here, they can pick up the trees and throw them at you. There's some nice AI combat-based stuff going on. And generally speaking, as we go down, you'll see it's rich with minis. There's a lot of this lower stuff, and skirmish game, it's really not needed. Now, they're almost up at 1 million, and they've started to unlock these. My understanding is that they've gone with flat bases here, so you can to keep with the original game. But I don't buy that, because you can't mix them up, can you? And it's from the old game, and one of the reasons they said was people like to create their own base, like putting grass there and stuff. Like, how many percentage of people that paint their minis do the base? This is ridiculous. And it's funny because in their playthroughs, because of they do fantastic tile work with the series, in their playthroughs, they had translucent bottoms on their playthroughs. And why they didn't do that this time round is a little bit of a thingy. Anyway, with stretch goals here, they've done them reverse order, so you get in the latest ones here. But you're getting more minis. Now, like CMON, who throw a bucket load of minis, all these minis have their own dashboard, cards, tokens. So there is a little bit of difference with these. It's not your CMON just for a bucket of plastic at you. There is a reason that you might want to play these characters or to choose them or fight against them. So I'm fairly happy that they're throwing a bucket of minis at you that are all kind of unique sculpts and looking tremendous at you. So now, as I don't know about the lore, is it sacrilege to really not know who these characters are? Skadi, Grendel, you know, maybe for you, you're like, oh yeah, look, they've got all these people in. I'd be interested if you are up on the lore. Let me know in the comments how you feel about all these characters getting put in. But yeah, some of the minis do have bases on, so there's like a mixture anyhow. Now I'm guessing with the updates, we'll have a quick look in there. They might be looking at the dashboards and cards in here. We'll see. All right, now you can get the game for $120. It says VAT and US sale tax is included. I don't know why they've not said here that that's the shipping. It's included in the shipping of that. And that might be covered in the FAQ. We'll head there after this. Now, you're getting a lot in the box there. We're talking individual sculpted minis and yeah, so it looks pretty good. Now, this is the original for $135. Now that's actually a good value because it's bringing all the stretch goals, and this $119 here is going to give you all the stretch goals too. So you just imagine an epic ton of content coming. But I'll say this for now, the Kickstarter as it is on day one is just a foundation. There is going to be so much additional content thrown at you during this campaign that I can have a guess that the all-in pledge will be $500. I'm just taking a guess because when Mythic Battles Pantheon came out, it had like a giant pledge like that. And then you had to pay $365 to get it shipped to Mexico, which was like, might as well say we're not shipping to Mexico. What is it that cost? What are you talking about? And it's like there's not only one shipping company to Mexico, and it is just outrageous that they don't look around. For example, Lucky Duck, they have 8 distributors with them. They have 8 distributors when they're shipping. So, which is why, you know, lots of companies are using Lucky Duck with their shipping now. So, come on, Monolith, ring up your French dudes. You know, I'm sure they'll help you out. All right, War of the Gods. So, this is a good coming in late to the game. You're getting the Pantheon 1.5. Now, the theming of Pantheon is a little bit more down my road, actually, because you're talking about Roman, Greek stuff, if I can remember. It's a while back, that campaign. And I would be very interested to come in at this pledge, depending on shipping. Because even though I don't care about the Ragnarok lore, I'm still kind of interested in playing these characters out, and maybe Ragnarok might push me into the lore organically, so that'd be quite nice if it did that. Now you can click this up here to show you that's in the box, and there is a massive ton of it. But if you look back at the Mythic Battles Pantheon pledge, it's not just the stretch goals that were interesting, it's all the additional add-ons that were also very cool too. And I'm wondering if that's going to be in the pledge or something. Yes, it does say here, look. There is going to be the Pantheon expansions. They're going to be available during the Pledge Manager of the second week of this campaign. That is because they don't want to just blow your head with all the content, because there's so much with it. But to be honest, If the shipping has come down to a respectable one, I might jump for Pantheon over Ragnarok. But, you know, you have these choices, you know, which theme do you like better? It says minus the role-playing, which I'm not really give two hoots about that, but anyway. Yeah. So, I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on this. The Pantheon I am interested in. I have asked Monolith for shipping, and hopefully we'll get some shipping updates later on. But hopefully they do sort it out. Alright. Now, help Zeus and Thor, so this is both boxes, decide who the real Thunder God is by taking both games. One of the best gameplay and miniatures deal you'll ever find. That does sound correct. Now, if you want the Yggdrasil all-in pledge, it's 300. Okay. Now, I've looking at these boxes, number 1 and number 2. Asgard looks like ones you'd want. Why? Asgard's got more table stuff. And the other boxes are massive minis. So that, you know, you might want to have just a fight. And they're coming with scenarios, these also. So it's going to be like rubbing your chin to see this. Well, I don't know, if they're doing the full Pantheon 1.5 and the Yggdrasil all-in pledge, that's going to be like a $600 pledge. Oh my god, what's the shipping going to be on that? That would be a pledge that gives my wife a heart attack when it ends up coming to the door. Anyhow, we see in detail what this stuff is down here. Now, it does offer sleeve packs. Now, it says that also featuring, so if you go for the all-in pledge, you get an additional dice and you get the sleeves. You get all sleeves, including all stretch goals, so this is a fantastic deal, this 300, it really is, because you are shuffling your deck quite a lot in the game. And you get the art book in here. I love art books because if you're painting your minis, you often get some fantastic styles and detail from the art book that can really push your minis to the next level. So that's why I like art books, for painting reasons. Alright, so we're looking at some of these minis. I'll mention if I know any of these gods. Thor and Loki because of Marvel. Okay. Beowulf, heard of him? Movie with Angelina Jolie as an AI, as a computer-generated naked lady. That's what I remember. These are people. Sorry, no. Who's the chick with the spears through her? Lagera with a head or a shield. Okay. Now, monsters. These are fairly cool. I like the lizard, like coming off this massive stone. That looks cool. Fenrir. Yeah, this wolf. I've seen him cross in lots of anime stuff. Don't know who these are, but they look mean, don't they? I'd want to play as one of these, yeah. And we've got some berserkers, they look cool. We've got some undead, okay. Seers, so these are like your minions. And double-sided board. 2 of these. They all do look nice though. We've got a boat crashed into the ice here. Some kind of, well, it says a well, doesn't it? Mimir's well. We've got a raid on a village and Vigrid, which looks like lava coming into ice and melting ice and stuff. That looks fairly neat. Dashboards for each person. This is going to be nice because they're going to have some kind of special ability and they're going to have their own level system here. In fact, if I remember correctly, it's health, isn't it? As you take hit points, you actually get weaker in your abilities. So that's how it works. You'll start at the top and go down. Card art though is looking stellar. I've always enjoyed the Mythic Battles art that they've done. It certainly has this combat focus and looking mean, ready to fight. The special dice are looking really nice, and I like the 3D elements too. So there's lots of love in this box, and I'm guessing if you're really interested in the lore, or you want a skirmish game with not just enemies, but you know, these massive gods and massive bosses, you know, this game's got you covered. Now, 4 players, you can go 1 for 1, free for all, or 2v2, or 3 versus 1 maybe. I mean, the concept of the game is you can set your own fights up, right? So, you know, someone can play 3 gods against three of you and see how that works. It has its own kind of role play, your own session if you wish. Yeah, so it's in skirmish mode. You've got some points to spend on your army, and you're going to be recruiting people to fight with. Now, this is what I'm very excited about. This in adventure mode, the number of recruitment points and works differently because each scenario brings its own rules and recruitment methods. This is kind of what I want to know more of, because this is gameplay mixed with lore, and yeah, I'm always up for that. Because the combat in the skirmish mode is very solid, and you can wrap a campaign around that, or adventure mode here, and that's really cool to get into. Again, boards are, I mean, they're coming from the series, aren't they? You know, this is a already established game, and the art, you got the hero image, then you've got your buff set, but there's kind of a lot of redundancy here. And I do think these boards are a little on the simple side. But, you notice anyway, the god, hero, and monsters, they're more detailed. And the troops, where you've got a lot of minis that are the same, they're just like cannon fodder. Alright. Monsters are formidable in battle. Lots of dice rolling. Now you can Yahtzee it. You can re-roll dice and stuff like that, which is good. And for example, if you roll 2 3s, you can turn those 2 dice into a 6. So it has some interesting dice mechanics when you're fighting. So it is really nice. It has a very unique system. Deck of cards all looking sweet. The art's all looking sweet. Dashboard, you can see lots here. I like the breakdown that they've got. And really, it's an interesting Kickstarter page because it is giving you lots of information, talking about dies and things like that. Minis are extremely big as well, so they have the massive table presence. Gods there at 65mm, is that what it's saying? And the Titans are over 100mm, so dear me, they are going to be epic to fight. There's like loads of massive monster games this year. Now the Mythic Battle maps are 60 by 60, which is It's fairly big. It's fairly tight. That's the correct word. It's fairly tight. Alright, and let's quickly go down this. An absolute massive Kickstarter page it is. Kind of explains the tiles and what's going on about them. Like this one here, Vigrid, the plane of the final battle. It is the most perilous board ever created. The icy stretches of polar terrain are already an ordeal for everyone, but the primordial fire blazing in Surt's wake adds burns from lava-choked areas into the biting cold. This writing, it's not very interesting to read. Alright, so there is going to be an in-depth add-on through the campaign of all these juicy add-ons, so those that are looking for the all-in pledge. Asgard, though, is looking really nice. Odin on a horse with more than 4 legs. Okay. Odin, of course, I've heard of. Valkyrie, she's looking sweet. That's looking like a nice mini, and these are all looking nice. They got the Grandier here. Nice. Another mounted hero here, looking nice, and a couple more troop ones, which are nice. Going to have a pack of wolves there, and some of these spearmen with great cloaks on them, looking sweet. Get the 2 more boards though. These look nice, don't they? I say 2 more boards. It's one double-sided board that you're getting here. So you're just getting more heroes to play and more enemies to fight against. Then you're getting the Ragnar Saga, which is giving you some more heroes to fight with. Ragnar, maybe heard of him? Okay. It'd be interesting if there was like a video from a massive lowered nerd on this stuff that was getting massively excited about all these. That's something I'd be interested in watching, actually, but I'm fairly lost at sea when it comes to who all this stuff is. Alright, Jormungand, massive snake, 20 bucks. Look at this guy, 11 HP. He's mega tough, comes with a tidal wave attack and deadly venom. Yes. 2 scenarios there. It says an A5 scenario booklet, so you're looking like an A4 sheet of paper for the 2 booklets. So he's going to be hard to hit. Surt, who the heck are you? It looks like some lava dude from World of Warcraft. My head. That'd be really interesting to paint, though, getting into all the valleys on the chest there with red paint and lava. He would look sweet painted up, and he's going to be over 100 mil, remember. And he also comes with some 3D terrain as well, with the burning tokens. Really nice. Nidhogg, then. This is the dragon. Okay. Not as hard as the other ones, but I'm guessing he has a vicious blow and Lord of the Roots. What the heck is this going on? This is stuff you definitely want to get. The big bad enemies over 100 mil. Are you kidding me? You're also getting the dice in the big all-in, and you get sleeves for the whole shebangy. That's fantastic. And the lore book. Now, stuff that's changed. There are lots of talents and terrains not included in this version. And that's why you can't really mix them up so much, because they've all been balanced differently. It says rules for terrain types and boundaries are not listed in this rulebook, so they remain valid on the boards where they are placed. So it's like you can't bring stuff over and play it with certain boards and stuff like that. And there's a few changes here. You're probably not going to notice them if you're only coming in for this. And yeah, the big thing is it's a big lore change, and you're in a different world, and you're getting a whole different enemies and stuff. And minis are all looking cool, and you've got a fantastic skirmish game on the board. Lots of shuffling of your deck, lots of dice rolling. It's going to be one epic battle on a little board that's tight. I say little, 60 by 60. You put that in the middle of a 2x2 meter table. That's why it feels small. It's just perspective, I guess. Now, several weeks after the closing of the campaign, we're going to open the Pledge Manager. Lots of campaigns are kind of getting late to doing that. When are you going to close it? That's really what we want to know. And I think this is coming June next year, so you're going to have plenty time to update your pledge. And there's going to be lots of juicy add-ons, I guarantee, that are going to come here. You say shipping costs are very reliable. Okay. We regret we can't ship here, so Mexico not in the not delivered list, and we're not in this list. And if it's, well, it's going to go above. There's going to be another pledge if you get add-ons, if more stuff comes out on the campaign. Right, how much is it for everything? Is that the War of the Gods? No. They've not got an all-in for, you know, if you want to go for both Mythic Battle themes, you know, the super pledge that would be coming in late, that you want both of them. But yeah, check your list out here, and this might be a deal breaker or deal buster, because shipping is just too much. I mean, $53 for the all-in pledge, that is hard on the nose. I mean, it should be including the tax and stuff for people that are getting hit with that. So, you've got to factor that in to see if it's going to be worth it. All right. I should really mention this, shouldn't I, really? That, yeah, at least they're shipping to most places in the world now. Before, it was Europe and US only. It stunk if you wanted to get any Conan stuff. And they had some strange stretch goals that were unlocking bits of characters. And it was weird. It was weird. You can hunt down that video of why we put a boycott on Monolith after their last Kickstarter. But finally, it looks like Monolith are back to the best again. Quick FAQ. This is the tax, because, hey, I'm not in the US. Why am I paying for this? What is it saying? It doesn't. It's not like clear, is it? The Kickstarter page, it is not clear. What happens if you mix cards from Pantheon to Ragnarok? Now, the only issue if you're mixing both is some don't have sleeves. What? It says you can still play a Pantheon army against a Ragnarok army. Now that sounds phenomenal. How much is that going to be, and how much is the shipping going to be to get that on the table? Because that is the most exciting thing with this, is that you're throwing 2 giant armies from different realms. That sounds cool. What is with the sleeve covers? One colour for ones you'll shuffle, and the other for the troop cards. Or just throw them all in, as you prefer, it says. There's lots of these like pledge manager questions. They're a little bit weird. Is all the reprinted material updated to fit the 1.5 game mechanic? That must be talking about Pantheon. Okay. What is a stretch goal? Where are the reprinted add-ons for Pantheon? We don't want to overwhelm new backers. They are going to be overwhelmed with how this campaign grows. There's no question about that. What's next after the campaign? Lots of work on this project. There you go. The pledge manager will be open by June and run for 4 to 5 months. This is really good to see this. We're also going to work on updating all the cards for Pantheon to 1.5. So if you're going for Pantheon, you get the updated stuff. Lovely jubbly. And there is a Cimmerian Conan crossover that people might be excited about. It's going to come as an add-on. They're holding back from the beginning of day 1 because they don't want to confuse newcomers to the game. That's fair enough. Quick look of updates. Let's pick a character that's kind of interesting. Grendel's mum. Okay. Grendel's mum. It tells you about the unit here. Costs 3 recruitment points to get on your team or army with the aquatic class. Ooh. So here you're getting to see how asynchronous they all are. She's collecting lots of heads around her, pretty nasty lady. And that's great, isn't it? Because like I said, they're not just CMON collectathon plastic getting dusty on your shelves. All these minis are going to be used, so that's kind of really cool. I wouldn't really recommend coming in on the base pledge, really, because the fun of this is playing the giant armies against bigger stuff and kind of making your own armies against other armies, breaking rules and stuff. I mean, you do whatever you want. Like I said, you can 3 titans versus 3 people with their armies. That sounds really interesting. So yeah, there's a lot you can do with the skirmish mode, and again, it does offer you to get Pantheon, the 1.5 update to that, and hopefully with all its add-ons and extensions, and then you can have an absolute massive fight then. Because I'm thinking would it be balanced if you do the whole add-on, a stretch goal army of one versus the other in a epic, could be like 8-hour battle or something, just to see which one wins. Does sound very cool, doesn't it? And when it comes to skirmish games, this one is very wide open with all the armies you can make and all that good stuff. So yeah, peeps, we do highly recommend it. I think the only shame about the campaign is it's a short campaign, like 12 days. Okay, that's the only thing that's worried, because I think some people might miss this. There's a lot of things to be juggling, more big Kickstarters coming out, but you know, you got that $1 pledge coming in anyway. You can $1 pledge it there if you're worried about stuff, and there's going to be lots of juicy things to add on as well. So this campaign is going to really evolve into something much greater than it is now, and we'll come back in 10 days to do an update video just to see where this game has, because they're not showing all the cards yet, and it'll be certainly evolve into something massive before the end of the campaign. So yeah, we look forward to covering that news. So, who peeps, my Mythic Battles Ragnarok. It is very, very exciting, with a chance also of getting Mythic Battles Pantheon? Pantheon? The other one? My brain's gone bonkers. You can get both Mythic Battles here on this campaign and fight them out. That's super cool. Concerns are shipping, of course, and really want to know more about the campaign and all that good stuff. A lot of it's going to be explained in updates, so this is going to be like a rich 12th day. So if you're interested in following all that stuff, just hit the remind me button to get lots of updates from this Kickstarter. And oh man, it's going to be good just to follow this. So yeah, could do $1 shipping, $1 pledge just to go in for the ride here, and then hope for a quiet month on Kickstarter, and then activate that pledge and get something. But yeah, super cool. Glad Monolith are back in the Premier League of Kickstarters, as they fell out for us here. But yeah, another epic French team from the French Renaissance of board game design, which are the best in the world when it comes to games from France. That just have so many games in the Premier League of Kickstarter. So wow. So peeps, thank you so much for watching. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. Do you have Parthenon? Are you excited about Ragnarok? Are you hoping to pick one or two of them up, or both of them? What do you think? Tell me if you like this theme or the other theme. Just anything you want to add, get it down in the comments. I do try to reply to all comments and all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up to get the more awareness of the channel out there. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. You've been watching Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.